Good morning and welcome. I am your host, Dylan Shobe, here joined with my co-host, Alex Magruder. And this is the Orange Preview, and we have a special fall edition of our show today. Alex, I want to start real quick and a little bit and talk about what is your favorite thing about the fall sports season here at Syracuse?
You know, Dylan, there's so many things to like, but what I have to choose is just seeing the athletes and students get into that orange spirit. Yesterday, as a group, we were at the women's soccer game, and we were around the athletic facilities, and we saw some football players. So just seeing them getting ready, getting the spirit, really just gets me hyped.
It was really cool to see some of the athletes walking around yesterday. I totally agree. I want to talk about some of those athletes right now. We have Prez, our football analyst, over at the video board. I'm super excited to hear what he has to say because he is an expert. Let's go to Prez right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, football is in the air, and for the Syracuse Orangemen team, they're looking to build on a great season they had last year. Last year, the Syracuse Orangemen, they went 7-6 with a conference record of 4-4. They won their first 6 games until eventually losing to Clemson. And as we look at the schedule currently for the 2023 season, I think one of the biggest main points of this schedule is going to be the gauntlet they have here. Let me just underline it for you guys right here. Clemson, North Carolina, Florida State. Why do I think this is so important? Clemson last year, they went to Clemson. Unfortunately, they lost 27-21 last year, but that did upstart their losing streak. They lost 5 games after that last year. So if they're able to win a big one here at Clemson, Clemson currently is number 2 in the ACC poll. Syracuse, disrespectfully, is number 10. If they can beat Clemson here in the Dome, I think that's going to be a really main point for the rest of the season. Their first 4 games are all non-conference games for them. All these games, I see them winning. I think the one game that could be iffy would be Purdue, considering it's their first away game. Purdue is in sort of a rebuild year, so I'm really not that concerned about it. But this gauntlet here, Clemson, North Carolina, Florida State is actually ranked number 3 in all of college standings, so that's going to be huge. If they can pick up a win down in Tallahassee, that would be amazing. As we go down the schedule, we look at Virginia Tech, Boston College. The only games I see here that could be a struggle for them would probably be Pitt or Wake Forest. Other than that, I think they have a pretty easy schedule. No Notre Dame this year. That's going to be big for them. On the main front, I think they're gonna be pretty good this year. I think they could definitely. They have a lot of guys that are coming back this year. A lot of guys that are going to play well. Definitely second-year players that I think are going to thrive. I think this team's going to be really good. I think they're going to have a way better record than 7-6. I think they're going to prove the ACC wrong and be one of the top teams within the ACC. Back to you guys, Dylan.
Thank you, Caden. It's always great to get a Syracuse inside football look before the season starts so you know what you're looking at, heading in, and watching on your TV. Success was no stranger to Syracuse in last fall when the men's soccer team actually won the national championship last year. Alex, what can you tell me about building off of that success and a terrific season last year for Syracuse?
That's right. I mean, as you said, Dylan, a terrific season, just really a magical season. 2022, first championship in program history, beating Indiana in the championship, magical ending, as I said, winning in penalty kicks. But let's talk about next year. 6 players from the starters went professional, meaning they're going to have 6 new starters. So a team of newcomers and returnees, but starting off great, ranked number 1 by the United Soccer Coaches top 25 preseason poll, and obviously Coach McIntyre for the Orange, well-respected around, well-respected all over college soccer and in the Syracuse Orange community. But let's talk about this thing. 7 opponents this season that were tournament teams last year. So their title defense is not going to be easy. 2 of those matchups, Cornell on September 19th, a 3rd-round rematch from the tournament last year, and they will host Pitt, who was a semifinal team, Final Four, from the College Cup last year. So this title defense will not be hard, or will not be easy for the Orange.
Exactly. I'm really excited to see what they can do this season, and I'm also excited to see what the women's team can do. Let's head over to Ben Koblenz and Jake Bowen, our soccer analysts and hosts over at the couch, to see what we can learn about the women's team.
Hello, everybody. I'm joined with our women's soccer analyst, Jake Bowen, and last night we were lucky enough to attend Syracuse's victory over St. Bonaventure 3-1. Jake, there was many things that stood out in last night's game. One thing was backup goalie Abby Ross making her first career start. What do you think her mentality going into the game was and how it affected her teammates and everyone around her?
Well, I think Ross definitely had something to prove, as all 3 Orange goalkeepers will be returning for the 2023 season. She was quick on her feet, had a number of great saves, and really was lively and brought the energy to the stadium.
Jake, the offense was definitely clicking last night. What do you think their key to success was, and can they sustain that success through the whole season?
Well, I think a main point was getting the ball inside Bonnie territory and utilizing and getting multiple shots on goal. For the Bonnies, they had 6'3" goalie Mackenzie Nolan, so definitely tough to get quality shots on goal for the Orange. You saw many of the shots sail over the goalpost, and even one that hit the top of the crossbar. Again, trying to get goal quality goals, but they had a 3-minute span where redshirt freshman Ashley Rush and redshirt freshman Aaron Fleury both scored a goal themselves, and Syracuse did not look back after that.
Jake, final question. Player of the game. There were many standouts on offense and defense, but if you had to choose one, who do you think it was?
Well, I think you have to give it to Aaron Fleury. She was last year second in goals, points, and shots on goal. She had 1 goal and 1 assist in yesterday's match, and she was very quick on her feet. Very encouraging, a big part, especially of college women's soccer, and was a great communicator. You've got a big field, and you need to be able to communicate with your team. That's any sport, but especially soccer, and she did a good job of doing so as the team looks to her to be a crucial leader in their scoring and team role this year.
All right, stay tuned for an exciting season as Syracuse kicks off Thursday, August 17th against the University of Delaware. That's it for us. Dylan, back to you.
It was truly great to see a good win for the women's team and get that preseason started off the right way. Another team we got to keep our eyes peeled for is the field hockey team, which has a new hire on the way. We're going to head outside to Madeline Burke for some information about the new hire for the field hockey team for Syracuse.
Hi, I'm Madeline Burke. Syracuse Athletics is welcoming back Lynn Farquhar. Back in 2007, she was assistant coach for 4 seasons. Then she moved on to be head coach at St. Joe's for 8 seasons. She was named the Atlantic 10 Coach of the Year 5 times during her time there and reached the NCAA tournament 4 times. She also moved the team ranking from 49 to top 10 within the past 5 seasons. The team record was 107-43, the second most wins within the program history. She wants to continue to keep Syracuse field hockey among the elite programs in the ACC and the nation.
Thank you, Madeline. I'm super excited for the fall season. You got the leaves falling, the temperature is just right. You got football games at the Dome. All the school spirit is there. Every single sport in the fall season is super fun. But as we close the fall season, I know it's the fall episode, but I have to ask, because Alex, you're a big basketball fan. You had infamous coach leaving last season. We got a new coach for the Syracuse basketball team. I want you to tell me, what can I expect for that season, and what can I look forward to as we head into the winter?
That's right. So the Orange, obviously Syracuse, a big basketball school, but last season not really living up to expectations, going 17-15 on the season. But as you said, the big news, Hall of Fame coach Jim Boeheim retiring last year. His final season with the Orange was last year. And who's taking over, Adrian Autry is going to take the reins of the Orange. Autry, McDonald's All-American himself in 1990, definitely has some experience, so it should be very interesting to see how he handles coaching the Orange. But one of the players who I think is going to make the biggest impact for the Orange this year is sophomore Judah Mintz, who originally declared for the NBA draft, but withdrew his name, is now back with the Orange for his sophomore year. I think he's going to have a great season from the Orange.
I totally agree, and I think basketball is one of the best sports in the winter to watch here at Syracuse. But we got to get through the fall season first, and that starts with football, men's soccer, women's soccer, and of course field hockey. Thank you so much for watching our episode. Make sure you tune in for fall sports at Syracuse, and thank you for watching. I am your host, Dylan Shobe, joined here with Alex Magruder. This was the Orange Preview. Thank you, and good night.